guys, welcome back to my channel. My channel aims to promote Chinese medicine, to correct some misunderstandings, and hopefully to raise people's interest in it. This is my second episode of my Chinese introduction series, and if you haven't watched my first episode, please have a look. This episode, I will be briefly comparing the major differences between modern medicine and Chinese medicine. After watching the first video, I think we are all ready for a new way of thinking. Before we start, remember to subscribe and turn on notification so you won't miss what's coming next. Last time we talked about thinking. Because these two medicines start from different points, they have developed and used different theories. I would say modern medicine is based on science, while Chinese medicine is based on Eastern philosophy or ancient Chinese philosophy.
So how are they different? Maybe there's someone else who can help us to better understand it. Carl Jung, a Swiss psychologist who has made great influence to psychiatry, anthropology, literature, philosophy, and religious studies. In the book of I Ching, or Book of Changes, the foreword was said by Jung. We have not sufficiently taken into account as yet that we need the laboratory with its incisive restrictions in order to demonstrate the invariable validity of natural law. If we leave things to nature, we see a very different picture. Every process is partially or totally interfered with by chance, so much so that under natural circumstances, a course of events absolutely conforming to specific laws is almost an exception. Science and Chinese philosophy both are trying to find the mechanism, the law behind the world, but their methods of approach varies. There's this saying from 易经系辞, 形而上者谓之道, 形而下者谓之器. 形, the appearance, the form, the shape, whatever that can be directly perceived or sensed. For example, here's an apple. It's red, sweet, crispy, round and big. The sun, bright, high up, warm and hot. From here, that's when science and Chinese philosophy split. 形而下, 下 itself means going down. So science then delves deeper into the directly perceived world using controlled experiments. While Chinese philosophy is 形而上, the method is to leave the world to be, dynamically observing the changes of everything. Thus, we can say that science is delicate and accurate. It observes the law under a static state, finding partial truths of a whole in a relatively unmoving space, looking for the structure and function of the subject. To do so, we need to artificially interfere with the conditions. On the other hand, Chinese philosophy tries to preserve the natural state. The ancients realized that everything is connected and somehow influencing each other. In an always changing universe, Chinese philosophy studies the law behind it. So back to medicine. The subject for modern medicine is the biological human being, and for Chinese medicine, it's never only on the biological level. Say, putting all the components together doesn't make its entirety restored. Does putting up all the organs defines who you are?
Medical science, it focuses on a micro aspect. From our body, to our organs, to tissues, to cells, to DNAs, to ions, and blah, 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 blah. For Chinese medicine, we look on a more macro view. We focus on the connection of being a whole, from different organs as a whole, we as a human, ourselves, the connection between people, connection between us and nature, between us and the universe, and blah, blah, blah. So this episode is actually pretty abstract. I'm sorry about that. I still hope you can have a kind of clear concept or an impression. From next episode, we'll start talking about Chinese medicine theories. And hopefully, what you don't understand in this episode will be explained.